the citizens, the property taxpayer, is that county was going number one. That just surprised me, because we know financially this county has only basically one source of revenue, and that's property taxes. So we don't have a lot of flexibility in monies and how they're directed. And as Forrest says, certainly, there are rather large, substantial salaries being paid as a direct result of a state mandate. We have absolutely no control over it. So with that thrown in the spot, but then so is that true with other counties too. So that you almost example. So then you're back to what is paid salary-wise and benefit-wise to other than your state mandated salary. So to me personally, as a citizen, taxpayer, it just surprised me that county came out at number one. The lowest was Clay County at 53.35.
I thought we were having that conversation that he was just saying the field's on fire. He kind of agreed with that, but that's what we're doing. We're paying county employees more than we're putting into our school system. And that's not the teachers included in that, that's just the county employees.
Well, just a quick run of this right here, which I just provided. It looks to me like the flip occurred in FY between 2004 is when the general purpose school fund always received the larger percentage of the tax rate until you get to 2004. 2004, went to general purpose school, went to 1.36, or correction, the general fund went to 1.36, and the general purpose school was 1.07. Prior to 2004, the school always got a larger percentage. So the general fund, for some reason, and I wasn't here at that time, in 2001, 2002 was at 0.80 as the county general fund, and the general purpose school was 0.93. So 2003, 2004 time frame, something happened in the county general fund. Just an observation. What happened?
Yeah, I noticed the same thing when I was looking over that earlier, the same thing, that 2000, that's when there's some sort of shift occurred there. And I was trying to look at the legislature, whether it was a legislative shift on BEP or something, but that occurred earlier. That was for like 98 when they redid, and then back even further to 92 when they redid the BEP. So I noticed that same time frame was kind of the movement there. And one thing too, going back to what Jay was saying too, and we counted what Ronnie, right, exactly what we're doing at the schools, exactly what happens in the county, is our biggest percentage of our budget is instruction. And that's teacher salaries is the biggest part of our budget. So when we start cutting, that's what you have to start looking at doing, is cutting those teacher salaries.
Well, I'll tell you
And the governor is, I've got the state address right here with me.
Well, I can tell you one thing that doubled was solid waste fund went from 0.06 in 2001 to 2 to basically of the budget was separated out, and it went to a dime, so the 4-cent increase there. So I'm sure we can kind of like it's open up. It went up to, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. It went to 12 cents. It doubled. Solid waste went to 12 cents of the budget. And then county general went to 1.36. So actually, county general, and then of course y'all dropped to 1.06. So something happened with solid waste, or county government became more costly from 2 to 4. If you look at the numbers, I don't know why, but it did. You also, the schools just kind of seemed to be stagnant. Y'all went from 93 cents, 0.93 to 1.07, but we eclipsed you at 1.36, and y'all stayed at 1.07. And then you actually dropped an 8 to 0.85, and so yeah, for some reason.
I want one more thing on these county salaries. Have you looked at them? Do you know what they are? The average in this courthouse is about $24,000 a year is what they have. $24,000 a year. Most of the people in here can't afford to buy the insurance on both of their spouse because they would literally be working for it. So our overall may be more, but it's not like we pay them $100,000 a I mean, they literally are getting nothing.
Well-
Most of them live right at that poverty line, if you,
I haven't had time to research the court, and I'm not making a big
no,
argument.
no, no, I just want you to know,
But
I'm
when I
not
was
saying you're arguing.
given that information, when I was digging this up, and I keep seeing this, you know, down, and then.
I know, but it's just a little bit of a misnomer to say that
We were
there.
putting more money in county employees than we were the entire school system.
That may be true,
It kind of,
but up until last year, deputies were making $13 an hour. And who above in this room wants to take a bullet for $13?
Well, you can pick individuals or individual scenarios and make it point, but the bottom line is simple. The dollars total up, it's county at number one, and if I was a betting person, if you brought that figure forward, based on the significant salary increases, and I say salary as a total, not on an individual, verified person, of our budget increase for 1920 that was significantly increased for salaries, we would probably significantly escalate over that 69.3%.
Well, again, so most of those, I mean, the county employees haven't got a raise in 5 years, so you're looking at something that's probably going to be state mandated.
Well, all I can say, no, I strongly disagree with that. I strongly disagree.
That the county hasn't got a raise in 5 years.
No, that there was a mandate that caused the rise. No, we need to
So
go
the
back.
last 5 years, we went up, but we haven't given the county employees a raise, and you're saying that's not state mandated.
Well, when you say county employees, you use the broad stroke of all county employees. And you and I both know there was significantly salary increases in county employees' salary in the 19 and 20 budget. Significantly. 2019 and 20 budget, yes. What do we mean by that? Significant increases.
Yeah. In the sheriff, yeah. that's
They're
what-
county employees.
That's what I said until last year.
I apologize, I didn't hear that part.
Up until last year, I mean, we had deputies making $13 an hour. Now, in 2020, you're right. we're
But that,
increasing
but that 69.3 was in prior years. It was prior to the 19 budget when you got there. So
can
it-
you tell me where the managers are making?
Well, we've been starting them out just a little bit above minimum wage, is what you started out at in the county. So most of them where you're looking about, less than 20 on that, and our aides the same way. We've not had a significant increase in those in quite a while, which is sad because those probably work the hardest is your aides and your cafeteria people, and those individuals is the ones who really
I made
suffer.
a motion several years ago, when I first got in office, to give these people a 50% a year increase. And I had to go back and eat my words, because we could not do the same. Because you just gave them a percentage of an increase this time, because it was done, on paper, it absolutely looked sad, what they were making, and it absolutely was. But we couldn't keep it up. I
And what
tried to
kills you-
make it right, but I had to go back and fix it.
And what kills you too there, David, is, folks, is that we receive federal funding, but the problem is federal funding is pretty well stagnant, or some of these programs like our after-school program or our federal. In fact, our federal went down because our poverty rate in Cannon County decreased, in the census records, decreased by like a percentage point, and it put us below the threshold. We lost $49,000 in FY19, which I have a statistic I don't really want to throw out there, but from the American Community Survey, I received a report from SCORE just last week. And SCORE is the organization Senator Frist founded about education. And SCORE works alongside the state and all this. But they made a stat, and I'll be glad to send it to you, it was that Cannon County, this is something to think about, that Cannon County has the highest now, when you look at per salary rates, everybody in the county, we're the highest in the upper country. At $47,000, I'll get that to you. Now that astounded me, that we have an average salary of those from the American, that was from the American Community Survey of 2017. We had household income was $47,000. Did you see that, Brent?
No, I have not seen it, but that's a significant increase from the 2010
Yeah,
census.
that was from the American Community Survey. I don't think it was skewed or where they got that from. But that one, because that one jumped out, they said, well, the highest in the Upper Cumberland, the 16 counties of the Upper Cumberland. I thought, no, but that's what they said.
Since 2010, now we're in the process of doing the census.
Yeah, it's 2020, yeah.
Yeah, 2020,
But this was from this community survey that they did. It's where that data came from. I'll send y'all that. But I just thought, man, that's just,
Well, that affects fiscal capacity, that affects GDP. If we go into fiscal capacity, that basically tells the state that we're richer, ergo, you get less money. You have a
Right.
local contribution.
and it puts us in that transitional category that instead of at risk or distressed. And then I can't get grants because everybody's jumping ahead of us to get the grants. That's what aggravates me.
Kind of makes you wonder, who did they survey?
I know, but I just thought I'd throw that out because that kind of,
We face things with this all the time, if it wasn't too long ago, some of you know this, we filled out a major grant there, we probably got 3 buses out of that, I believe, 3 new buses. Cannon County did not receive the grant because we weren't a distressed county. But the state actually gave that grant money to Durham Bus Service.
to Warren County has Durham bus
It's
service.
not a county-run agency, it's a private organization. They chose a private-run organization over a county school system.
Part of the problem.
It is. Look at the money that would have saved the school board, but we wouldn't have to spend any money on the bus for 4 years.
We're gonna replace those Max Force engines, right, Bruce, on that?
And then,
It's taxpayer
why
money
they did that,
going
we're
to a
getting off
private
topic, we can all fuss
entity.
about stuff, but I don't understand why you.
Well, it went to Warren County and they gave it to the private.
Private
That's what
organization, or you're
happened.
just
Yeah.
gonna run the school system. That's what I'm saying.
Frank, you said something about it, but this is Johnson solid waste cost at one point there. Does anyone remember when the city quit running the dump, as we call it, in the county jail? At one point, it was more city operation, they had employees, and the county keep them to keep. At one point, it was 50, I believe, and then something happened, and.
It could have been about that time.
And the city pulled out, and the county started running, in fact, it was to the point that somebody crashed the town of Woodbury on the road.
So around
97, 98.
You consider some place to do that.
I think it could be free.
They- this guy, I'm not sure what they did.
And I just kind of took a quick snapshot, I hadn't seen it tonight, I
Oh,
need to take it.
35 and then.
It is good, this is good numbers and good research. That way it's awesome.
One thing I would wish to get on there, of course, it's easy to say, it's somebody else doing the work. It would be great to have a dollar amount,
Yeah,
as well as student income.
12 cents.
But again, I appreciate what you've done,
we can go
that's
back,
great.
probably dig up a lot of that, I don't know that we know 56.
But that, he can, and dollar amount, but again, hey, take that with a grain of salt.
It was, interesting enough, but I understand that, so,
6 cents.
and I'll see if I can get it.
Forward, 13.
People on some computer system, you just do your
Jumped
search.
39 cents in 19, or 2004. That's the big jump right there. No, I take that back. I'm sorry, that was Campbell, it's 12 cents. 12 cents, 14 cents. 14 cents.
Well, with this data now, I think you could take that and you could take every fund, Brent, and go back and see what every particular fund did with that. You extend those columns out and see what every particular fund did of that total. For every year, you could do that.
From a county overall macro, you can kind of see where county government's become more expensive. It looked like plus 2004, that was an anomaly when it became more expensive. Now, it looks to me like percentage-wise, the local contribution has been less. I don't know what that means as far as the total dollar you're getting, if 80% of the county's budget was based on 1956, and then here it is in 2020, it's 27.9. I mean, that's somewhere or another, that offset, I mean, it's gotta be coming from something. I mean, there's no way you can absorb that less subsidy from a local source unless it's coming from somewhere. I mean, I don't think there's been a 80% reduction in school costs over the last 70 years. That may be, I think.
We did notice a trend, and the trend was, you know, when you built a school or you were building a process or something, it went up and then went back down. And then the same thing occurred, you know, each one on this, you know, when you look at both of them, it occurred. And then, you know, kind of in 2002, when Woodbury Dam was built, it's like thinking, hey, we're done for a while. That's the way I kind of interpreted that. And the chairman, I think, was the same way, that you just kind of think, hey, we're finished for a while here. And I can see that, I really can, because we had our additions done, and we had got the portables, or most portables were removed, we still have some portables. And then you think, okay, that capital outlay expense, it's kind of like, you know, when we worked on the roofs, and y'all approved the roofs, kind of everybody would see it, put it aside, and say, okay, let's get these done, now we're done for a while. And that's human nature too, that you think, okay, we got this finished, and hey, we can breathe for a little while. I guess it's kind of like buying a new car, you know, you got, hey, you're not having to repair the old one anymore, a whole lot.
But to that point, and those that's got longer history of being involved in the government, believe it or not, your capital outlay though, was that not majority financed through your wheel tax? So that really sets that aside in relationship to your property tax.
So you're talking about, yeah, the big things like the additions and all that, yeah, that was done basically off that wheel tax, absolutely.
That's what I thought.
So the property tax is, again, going for something else, not capital outlay.
Well, the same thing in 78, when it went, what was it? It went to 350, but they started out at what, $4, $5 or whatever?
They voted on it, like I said, Selena was really, really nice about pulling through that, and I have to say she did most of it. I couldn't find it, I just figured there's different pages, you knew how to find it, I just got the books and stuff down forward, but they voted on a 450. Of course, it turned down, and then they voted on a 380, and it was turned down, but they passed it 350. And I believe in 79, it was still 350. I don't know why, that happened.
I would, this is conjecture now, but I would probably think that they did that because they didn't want to borrow as much money on the high school when it was being built than less money if you could fund it locally, that's less money you have to borrow. And I think that's why that anomaly occurred, when it jumped up. And they probably paid some cash or whatever and then didn't have to fund as much.
I don't know what it's an anomaly.
Well, it could have been like a
78 would
property
have been the
reappraisal, and
I
if
think
your dollar rate
78
probably the same amount as 350 is probably what, some, or dollar
It
bill,
goes,
whatever.
you know, goes down to,
But I didn't really do this to show, you know, the money and everything that we're talking about here. What I wanted to do it was to show the decrease, and I don't believe, and I'm gonna say we and us and use that a lot, I don't believe this is 100% commission. I don't believe this is 100% school board. I believe we've lost our community, because the communities are not coming in here and pushing for these schools to be up where they are. Do you guys ever have an individual beside the school board come in here and fuss about the schools? Never.
I hear nothing from anyone
Right. That's a problem.
on anything.
I know.
Very rare,
Well, see, that's, I don't understand.
unless we have to
it,
run
but-
property tax.
Yeah, and then, well, I'm gonna fuss at you for that.
Most of the time you don't. I mean, there's
I
a little groove, but most of the time you don't, because
So back to the training fund. The $40 wheel tax or the $30 add-on, whatever it was, to fund the new construction and the addition. When did we start collecting that? 90 what?
9.
Okay. 99, 2000, school budget, penny was $1.15. 2000, 2001, it was still $1.15. 2001, 2002, it dropped to 93 cents.
construction, and it's not funding your actual,
Correct, we don't receive any
you know,
dollars,
it's not
operational
any
dollars.
operational dollars for that.
But didn't sales tax also earmark to go to schools too?
50%.
50%. So
That's something else I want to bring up and talk about, but you brought that up. And it's not a commission thing, it's not a school board thing, it's a county people thing. As individuals, 90% of us, I would say, drive to Rutherford County or to Warren County and stock up at Walmart every day, all day long. And we pay a higher percentage of sales tax to support Warren County and Rutherford County schools. So you won't vote it in to pay the same thing here to have our school system.
Well, that's a public referendum by law.
I know that, but I'm saying that's not a commission and a school board thing, that's a citizen thing.
Do you remember?
We've lost interest in our school system, and I don't know how or what occurred to do that, but I'm doing everything I can to try to get it back.
Do you remember the last time the sales tax referendum passed?
I do
Come
not.
on.
I
Some
don't,
of you are old enough to remember.
I don't
Some
remember
of
when
us
it
will
passed.
do. 1974.
Wow.
And it was for the schools, that's what it was touted as. But it didn't go up a penny. It didn't go up a half a penny. It went up 1/4 of a cent.
I think we can only raise it another, what, half?
You can go,
Was it one more cent?
One more cent?
you can go from a penny and 3/4, which we are now, to a state maximum for local option is 2 3/4. Provided the town of Woodbury don't raise it inside the city limits. If they raise it inside the city limits, the county can go up what they don't go to the maximum. If I remember right.
I brought this up, Jacob, about 3 months ago, and it was voted down, to put it on the ballot.
Well, I'm not here asking y'all for anything, I'm just showing you the trend and what's happened, and I don't understand it. Like I said, I had lengthy conversations with Brent and Ronnie. I don't know what's going on with our funding, but somehow, way means anything doesn't change pretty soon, we're gonna be belly up.
Best I can recall, though, you're right, it was 79 to 21% the last time we voted on it against. It's almost 80 to 20,
What to say,
yeah, against.
depending on what we put it on, what's every time.
Yeah, and both times it was 80 to 20 against.
And I don't mind sharing any comments I make with Jay, with anybody else at all. Nothing's private, well, I say to one person, I say to everybody, kind of deal. If the school system, and when I say the school system, I'm talking about employees, their relatives, their kin people, their neighbors, et cetera, we get behind the sales tax, really get behind it, there's enough there to pass it. Because our votes turnout so low.
It would
I
be.
truly believe that. I truly believe that. If our school, quote unquote, friends and neighbors, relatives, et cetera, would be the forefront and let it be known, we support this sucker. We're for it. To me, it's got a whole lot better chance standing versus where we're at, because when I campaign knocked on doors, the 99.9% of every conversation dealt with taxes. Don't want to pay no more taxes, don't want to pay no more taxes, don't want to pay no more taxes. That was the conversation. They just think that our money's not being properly used or getting the greatest bang for the buck. That's exactly what they shared. End of story. So the quote unquote public is not going to vote for a sales increase until they believe it is something that directly benefits quote unquote themselves, their family, their friends and neighbors to pay it. Although, as Jaden said, we all know we're all guilty sitting on this table. We pay that taxes and support other counties around us right now.
And we're supporting other schools.
So that's just right in my half. That's what I told Jay when he made that comment tonight. Exactly what I said there, exactly what I responded to him.
Cumberland County funds their school entirely with sales taxes, but even, it's just, they
What's
have,
the tax rate, you know?
I don't know, but I know that when if you wanna retire at Fairfield Glade, that's what it'll tell you on their little thing. It'll say, we fund all, your school, your property tax does not go to anything to do with schools. Sales tax covers all school expenses in Cumberland County.
I know Wilson County right now, I've been watching that one, they are trying to add, I think, a 2-cent referendum on their sales tax. So for teacher salaries, specifically teacher salaries is what was, which are a lot larger certainly, but that's what they're doing about the increases. And we talk to teacher salaries, you know, we have a base where we start, 36,000, we get a salary schedule from the state that tells us this is what your rates are, and they have to approve our steps up. We tap out at 20 years. What's a county employee tap out at on your increases? A county general, whatever, let's say, if y'all have steps where it goes up.
No, we don't have a pay scale.
Okay, well, we do, we're mandated by the state to do that. But the governor in his address stated that he wants to increase that salary from 36 next year's budget, to 38. And so that will go up to 38,000 will be the minimum. So, but that's not, and then he says 4%. Don't say that, Governor. And why I say don't say 4% for everybody, everybody looks at their check, mine should go up 4%, right? That's the way it works. Is that 4%, that means the employees outside of the BEP would then have to be done by local funding to get that from, ever how many employees you have there, and then that goes up from 30, let's say the base is 36, every employee goes up.
The governor
From there to
said
20.
that. When he said that.
I thought, I gasped when I was listening to it, I said,
He wrote
Don't-
a check that we have to cash local,
correct,
is what that meant.
correct.
Whenever he says there's
Yeah.
a 4%.
Well, at least beyond the BEP, those two
Beyond
teachers beyond the
everything,
BEP.
because everything that they're not paying for, if we have that structure, or that many people, or that many buildings, or whatever, we have to pay for.
Correct.
And that's what.
Yeah, but when he said that, I said, don't say 4%, just say we're gonna increase
Yeah, they-
X amount of $1 million across the state, say
They'll
that.
start it and they'll drop it.
But here's what's gonna happen though too, that's not just the good news, even the next year, into FY '22, I guess, it'll be FY '22, we're moving it to 40. So here with the span of 2 fiscal years, we're gonna have to increase teacher salary the next 2 years, the next 2 fiscal years, by a couple thousand, $4,000 literally is what you're saying in there. It's going to go up because if one goes up, then the rest of them goes up, and that whole scale, to 20 years. So that's what I wanted you to be aware of, is that the governor says this, okay, we gotta put it into place then. And even better, I keep saying this, and the best for all, and I'm very for that, I'm wearing the pin. Best for all with the governors and the Commissioner of Education. But you gotta, I've gotta say this, put your money where your mouth is. I'm still waiting to talk to the governor about that, to say, this is, I may not be on the distress list, but guess what? We need funding.
Well, I'll tell you what that means in math. If you basically take, if you have, and I'll just use round numbers, if you say everybody makes $40,000 on average, and you have 40 additional teachers, that's $1.6 million. If you figure that at 4%, that's $64,000 that we'd have to come up with locally to help y'all.
Which is a cent, which is what, 3 cents?
Almost
3 cents?
Right.
It's 2.5.
Yeah,
Don't forget your tax.
correct.
Correct, oh yeah, that's right, that's just, yeah, I'm not including benefits and stuff like that right
Yeah,
now.
when you add that other
Social
up,
Security.
Social Security.
You might as well say 3 cents.
Yeah,
So
I'm telling you, it's coming.
about 7%. I pay 15%. So here's your Medicare tax in a year.
Well, we talked about sales tax, and the last 2 times that was put on the ballot, one was a presidential election, one was a general election, and you're gonna have massive turnout on both of those. If we're gonna do that, and I'm not saying I wanna do this for this reason, but I'm saying your lower turnout is this August, when you only have one thing on the ballot. And so, you typically,
It's better not to do it in the general election.
if you do it in a general election, if you do it in a presidential election, you will never, ever get a sales tax increase. It'll never happen.
You're not gonna get it until the people out in the community trust this board to manage the money properly.
I did,
Well, and a lot of people just don't understand where the tax money goes, or how it's divided up, or what it goes to. They don't understand all that. It's just like your gas tax. People think